Hello, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another installment of Let's Build a Save File. If you're new here, hi, my name is Winnie. I am currently building a new save file. I do have another one, which I will put a little information thing up in the, right-hand corner for you to check that out. However, I'm working on a brand new save where the Sims 2 families are incorporated, and perhaps some Sims 3 families. But basically, I really wanted to make a quote unquote perfect save for The Sims 4. I'm a longtime Sims fan, so it is a little bit of a downer that The Sims 4 didn't really have too much lore going along with it, and then the families that they implemented weren't the families that we know and love. So it is my aim to kind of fix that because, like I said, I am a very big Sims fan, have been playing ever since Sims 1, and the lore is probably one of the best parts about playing The Sims. And yeah, I get that Sims 4 is supposed to be based off in another universe or whatever, a parallel universe, whatever that whole thing is. I think it's bullcrap. They just didn't want to really put in the effort for storylines, which really sucks. And I know that they are supposedly fixing that, but I feel like it's a little too late. Just saying. But as I said, it is my aim with this save file to kind of tie in all of the Sims games plus play on the alternate universe for The Sims 4 because, in a sense, it is kind of cool, but the way that they are playing it off, it's just no. No. Again, if you're new here, I do have a little bit of a series of my journey of creating this save file because I definitely have fun with this process of creating the storylines, and I'm not much of a builder, but this save file definitely gives me the practice, and I've been having a lot of fun experimenting with completely different ways of building and structures and whatnot. I do usually play with a lot of CC and mods and whatnot, so that's the other aspect of this save file is it kind of gives me a good challenge. I do have a video that I have posted recently, maybe like a month ago, but it is the Pleasant Dreamer household. This is the house I built for the Dreamers specifically, but Lilith Pleasant also lives here because her and Dirk have a child together. Her name is Maddie, Maddie Dreamer. I really wanted to do Maddie Pleasant Dreamer, but unfortunately it was way too long, so I could not. Anyways, this is the house that I built for them. I imagine that they saved up for the house, and Darren Dreamer actually made a really good name for himself with his art career. Unfortunately, though, in this timeline, he has since passed, but it was his goal to help Dirk and Lilith get a home started for his granddaughter. And who knows if they plan on having any more kids, but as of right now, they have Maddie. And playing on the alternate universe part, Darlene Dreamer actually lives with them. She is still alive. She is an elder, but she's living in this house with Dirk and Lilith, which is actually quite nice for them because she helps out a lot with Maddie. When it comes to building, I don't think I'm very great at it. I don't think I necessarily have a style when it comes to building either. I kind of am all over the place, but as you can see, I did not include me creating the base of the house, like the flooring, layout, everything, because oh my gosh, this video would be so long. So it's a little bit, I guess, more of a decorating video. It literally takes me so long to figure out the layout, the house shape, everything. When it comes to the decorating though, it flows a lot better for me. I really love cluttering up the house, especially if it's for a family or just Sims that live there. I don't really like to build houses and furnish them if I don't have a household there. If you never played The Sims 2, when you first move into, actually, even in The Sims 3, but if you never played either one of those, when you first move into a house, if you get it unfurnished, you still have the bathroom and kitchen. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, if I remember correctly. But I definitely like playing that way, which that's one thing I am implementing into the save. There will be houses that are occupied with families, such as this one, but there will also be houses that are empty, only furnished with a bathroom, or well, with the bathrooms and kitchen. Because I mean, what kind of house do you move into that doesn't have that? Which I don't know if that's everybody else's playstyle, but that's mine, and that's what I'm implementing into the save. So I apologize if that's not really your interest. Like if you like getting houses that are already completely furnished. Not gonna lie too, it was pretty hard furnishing this house because I imagine it being Lilith and Dirk's house. I was having a hard time, I guess, finding their style, but also since Darlene still lives here, and I imagine before Darren passed away, he also lived here. So it's kind of a mixture of both of their things, both of their styles. Oh, right here. So I was using pictures since Darren hasn't painted any pictures technically in this universe. If you look up pictures in the gallery, a whole bunch come up, and that's what I did there. I'll leave the creator's name up on the screen of those paintings that I used. Anyways, back to what I was saying about the items in the house. Since Dirk and Lilith are still pretty young, I imagine that it would be a lot of Darren and Darlene's items since they're, older. However, I do feel like Dirk and Darren kind of went in on buying this house because Dirk did go to college, so he has a pretty good job, a good paying job. As for Lilith, she kind of still is uncertain exactly what she wants to do. Considering Darren did become a famous artist, I really tried to fill the house with artwork and just, I don't know, faces and everything like that. If you ever played The Sims 2 and played with the Dreamer household, Darren's whole house basically was filled with just random knickknacks, as if finding a muse or inspiration, or like he created a lot of those things. I didn't put it until near the end of the build, but I put a little shed in the backyard which is where I would imagine Darren painted and just created and spent a lot of time there, especially with Maddie, because she definitely took a lot after her grandfather. She really loves art just as much as Darren. I feel like this house is definitely interesting. I built it in Brindleton Bay, so I was trying to get it to fit the surroundings, but I don't know. Brindleton Bay, I feel like can go either way, especially since it's broken off in literally 3 different parts. I guess in every world they all look really different, but with Brindleton Bay, I feel like it is almost a countryside slash beach houses slash mansions. I don't know. I don't know the correct term I'm looking for. I really wanted to, because I own all the packs, I really wanted to kind of incorporate all of that into the save file. So just because I'm in Brindleton Bay doesn't mean I'm just using cats and dogs items. I mean, as you can see, there's been quite a few things that I've used from other packs. And I did try to branch out with the decorating. So in Maddie's room, I gave her a platform, which I play tested, so that ladder is not there anymore. It didn't work. I ended up just putting stairs, and that worked. She was able to get up there. And I did put in a laundry room, and every bedroom does have a closet. Dirk and Lilith's room has a walk-in closet, and then Maddie and Darlene's room have just a small little closet. It does suck. I don't know if it's because I use the move objects cheat, but I feel like whenever I put things on the little hanger thing, it always ends up in my household inventory, which is pretty annoying. But my whole goal for this save file is to kind of make it as realistic as I can, like incorporating the laundry room and the closets. I feel like it will give more life into the save file. Plus, whenever I play with my own personal families, I do usually always end up giving them a closet or laundry because with the laundry, it definitely gives a more of a challenge of keeping up with the laundry and trying not to set fires with the dryer. Man, I've had so many fires with the dryer, but I think it's a lot of fun. Come to think of it, I should put vacuums in some of the houses, or well, I guess most of the lived-in houses for convenience. I always have a really hard time with the layouts of houses. On this one, I'm sure you saw that. I had a really huge kitchen, and I was like, this is just way too big. Plus, I mean, they definitely needed a dining room, like a nice dining room. I wouldn't say that they have people over often, but I felt like they needed a pretty nice dining room. And as for the upstairs, it was kind of weird. Unfortunately, the landing hallway part is pretty big and there's definitely a lot of empty space and I tried to fill it as much as I could, but it didn't work out as well as I would hope. But that is the whole point of me building the save file lot by lot, is more practice. In my other save file, I did use I went through the gallery and picked lots and everything that I liked, which I mean, yeah, I put together the save file, but not every single build in there is mine. There are some, but when I was in quarantine, I was so bored with the same worlds, and I don't know about you, but I tend to have multiple saves at a time and I kind of rotate depending on my mood, what family I want to play with. And it was just so redundant meeting the same Sims and living in the same houses. It was just not fun. So that was the whole point of me putting together that save, which then inspired me to completely do my own, which in that first one too, I did put lore into that one, but this one I wanted to just be immersed with lore. So there will be townies that aren't in the world, but they'll be walking around, and I want to try and fill it with as many Sims as I can. Singles, families, groups, just because I feel like that will help a lot with the immersion. Plus, if every single house was filled, then where would your Sims move into? It does look that it's going to take me a little bit to work on the save. I do try to work on it as much as I can. I make a crap ton of Sims. Even Sims that I play with currently, I've been taking off their CC and making them solely EA appropriate so that I can put them into the save. And even though they aren't main ones, I think it would be cool to just have them in the world or in the save because they have story to them already. Which, like I said in the beginning, for me, The Sims is a lot of fun because of the lore. Sims 2 had it, Sims 3 had it, they pretended to have it in Sims 4. I do have a lot of ideas too for a lot of the families. Like I said as well, it's not only going to be Sims 2 families, I'm going to implement some Sims 3 families, which if you play all of the games, Sims 2 is after Sims 3, like on a timeline. Sims 3, you go back in time essentially. So, like, for example, the Goths aren't Mortimer and Bella because Mortimer is actually a child and so is Bella. So, Bella is Bella Bachelor. They know each other in Sims 3, but they aren't adults yet and they haven't fallen in love yet. So I'm trying to find a good in between on being in the future of Sims 2 and then like a median of bringing some of those older people back in Sims 3. So like for example, Mortimer's parents, which I won't go into detail about that. That's for a whole nother video. But also continuing on with the parallel universe. So in Sims 2, when Bella and Mortimer are married, Bella is actually gone. She's vanished. She's disappeared. Nobody knows where she is, and she probably never ever came back. I mean, in my gameplays, she never came back, and Mortimer always died. So there's that. But in this save, I do plan on having Bella and Mortimer, and then of course Cassandra and Alex, or Alexander, but their storyline will be a very different one. I'll give them a little bit more spice, but Bella is not gone in this one because Bella is iconic. I feel like she was the missing woman, and in this one, she's going to actually have a life, a proper life, an interesting life. And again, that's for another video, which I haven't really decided on how much I'm going to share. Obviously, I want to share as much as I can throughout this whole building up this save file, but like story-wise, am I going to share every single family's story? Am I going to leave a little bit of surprise with some of the family stories? I don't know. If you have an opinion on that, let me know in the comments down below because I am very open to hearing you out. And I appreciate the feedback, especially considering I will be sharing the save file. Oh, and that's another thing that makes me super excited about putting more lore into this save. They're actually going to have family pictures on the wall, which is one reason why I really love moving into a quote-unquote brand new house where there's no furniture or anything, because then you can make it your family's family home. And that's what I really want to embody when putting together these households, homes. It definitely is going to take a lot of work, but I am highly dedicated. Plus, I think it will just make it that much better. At the end of this, I'll probably go and show you exactly what I mean because I did take some family pictures and then put them into the house. I don't know if I showed that at all in the video because I can't remember if I did it after or before. I just know I had a lot of fun taking pictures of them, and I think that it makes it a lot more exciting when playing in this house. You can see their growth. I wish I would have gotten a little bit more pictures of, say, like when Maddie was a baby, but I had only gotten the idea probably halfway through, and yeah. Perhaps I'll try it with some other households though. I really did try to branch out though with this house. It is a really weird layout, but like with Maddie's room, I wanted it to be interesting, especially since she's super creative, her family's creative. I would imagine that since Dirk and Lilith are still pretty young, they want to give Maddie as much, of course, as they can, and then being their only grandchild, Darren and Darlene would absolutely spoil the crap out of her, which is why she also gets a pretty cool room. I feel like though that little platform thing would be an addition, so when they bought the house it wasn't there, but then they built it on themselves. And obviously it's just a game, so how much realism can you get? But I also try to implement that with the at least empty houses. I want you to be able to expand the household as you can, or the way that you want, or however best suits your household that you move in there. It's either they can grow into it, or if they outgrow it, they can move out. In my type of gameplay, I do move my Sims around a lot, or completely demolish their lot and then rebuild it. But I do prefer moving them out into a new house, especially as they grow, or say I want to move on to the next year. They're not going to stay in their family house. Of course, maybe if their family or parents pass away, then they'll stay there. It depends. I had a lot of fun decorating Maddie's room. I really have been trying to branch out with building, like trying new things out, which is why I went with the platform. Imagine it would be her little reading nook. She would go up there and draw, write in her diary, and she can open and close those curtains. And like I said, I did play test it. The ladder did not work, so I put in a little staircase, which it doesn't take up that much space, and it looks pretty good. I am pretty happy with how her room turned out. Initially, I was like, oh, this kind of looks like crap, but I ended up really liking it. I feel like it really shows her character since she's very creative, and I wanted that to show in her room. I really wanted her personality to come out. I feel like when she turns into a teenager, this room would be very interesting to update for that, but I also see it being still really cool for a teenager. Of course, too, this house is only 3 bedrooms since Darlene does occupy the other room. When she passes away, you could probably turn it into a second baby's room if you play with this family and have Lilith and Dirk have another baby. And with their room, it's pretty simple. I try to keep it really simple and monotone. I feel like both Lilith and Dirk are kind of simple, not incredibly simple, but I feel like both of them are very alternative. At least that's the kind of vibe I got from them in Sims 2. Well, the speed decorating part is coming to an end. And like I said, I'll kind of show you what I mean about bringing the household to life with the personal family pictures and whatnot, and also show you around a little bit better, not sped up. Okay, I'm gonna keep the game paused for now. Don't mind them. Darren just died, but this is the house from the outside. Let's go in. And yeah, here's Darren. It's just, there, vibing. But so this is what I mean about adding those little finishing touches. That's what I would imagine when they first got the house. This one is actually, it makes me really sad. I didn't realize it until I was hanging up the picture, but this is right before I off Darren. So it's almost like he's reassuring Maddie, like he's going away, but she'll be okay, which really made me sad, so I'm sorry about that. And then this is Darlene and Maddie. Darlene loves to knit, so this was her showing Maddie how to knit, and then Maddie running off because I I feel like that embodies Maddie. But so this is pretty much the house. Don't mind that gravestone. It's another house that I need to build. And then in the living room, we have more pictures. Again, I wanted to get enough with Darren and kind of show them living their life. I do think I might make more pictures for that, but just so that I could fill out like the rest of the house, I could put more pictures over here or figure out a way to get Darren to paint some, which I have an idea on how to do that. And then the dining room, and these are those pictures created by, I think it's Althanasia. I'll put the name back up on the screen, but yeah, they're so pretty. I do want to fill out the house with more pictures like this, like as if Darren made them or bought them. And then the kitchen, the backyard, and Darren's little art studio, which I feel like now will be Maddie's, especially when she's older. And then this is what I kind of mean about like how it's just like empty, awkward space. I tried to fill it with the rugs and these things, but yeah. And then Dirk and Lilith's room. Like I said, Dirk went to college. Unfortunately, I don't know how to fix it, but this is that he got his degree from Brightchester, but I feel like he went to Foxbury. So there's that. And then Maddie's room. And so Maddie's room is definitely so cute. It's definitely a child's room, but yeah, see, there's the stairs I put, and yeah, I really like it. I think it's super cool, and she like hangs out over here. Like I said, I really wanted to branch out. I'm trying new things, creating this save file. Here's another picture of Darlene and Darren beside their bed, the closet space. See, I really tried to make it really lived in, not so empty. Well, that was the Dreamer household. Again, like I said, I do plan on sharing the whole journey of creating this save file. Again, let me know if you want to know more stories of the families that I'm implementing into the save, or if it should be a surprise with some of them. I have a few other videos that I am planning to do with the save file. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and the little background story of the Dreamers. I hope you stick around and follow along with the creation of this save file. I've been having a lot of fun. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below any ideas that you have or thoughts. Like I said before, I am keen on feedback, especially since I plan on sharing the save. Well, on that note, I will talk to you in the next one. Bye!